Millie sat at her table in the cafeteria. Expectantly, she had taken special care with her appearance this morning, choosing a lacy black top and jet Victorian morning necklace from her small collection. Her face powder enhanced her pallor, and her black eyeliner had the perfect cat-like effect. As minutes passed, she started to worry. What if Dylan didn't show up? What if she has gotten all dressed up for nothing? What if, as she always suspected, life offered no possibility of pleasure or happiness? But then, there he was, with his leather jacket and fire-engine red hair and shiny silver earrings. "Hey," Millie said, trying not to sound like she was too happy to see him. "Hey," he said, setting his tray on the table and sitting across from her. "I bought you something." Millie's heart pounded in excitement. She hoped she didn't show it. He reached into the pocket of his leather jacket and pulled out a worn-paper book. "H.P. Lovecraft," he said. "I was telling you about him yesterday." "I remember," Millie said, taking the book. "The Call of Cthulhu and Other Stories." "Did I say that right? Cthulhu?" "Who knows," Dylan said. "H.P. Lovecraft made it up. And he's dead, so we can't ask him. You can keep the book. I got a copy in hardcover for my birthday." He grinned. "My parents are cool. They don't mind that I like weird stuff." "Thanks." She felt a little smile creeping up on her. She slipped the book into her bag. She would certainly read the book, but it wasn't the book itself that was making her feel all smiley. It was that Dylan hadn't thought of her while he was at home, not in her presence. He had thought of her, found the book, put it in his jacket pocket, and remembered to give it to her. In her experience, boys were usually this thoughtful. After dinner, in her room, Millie started reading the H.P. Lovecraft book. Dylan was right. It was weird. Weirder than Poe stuff. Even and scary in a way that made it feel like spiders were crawling beneath her skin. But she loved it. It was the perfect gift for Dylan to give her. Millie wasn't a flowers and candy kind of girl. After she read a couple of stories, she opened her laptop. Instead of Googling poems about death, she searched for poems about love. She found the famous one by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, that beginning, "How do I love thee? Let me count the ways." She had read the poem before and thought of it just as pretty words, but now she could appreciate the feelings behind the words, strong feelings for the rare person who truly understood you and whom you understood in return. She took out her black leather journal, chewed on her pen, and thought. Finally, she wrote, "You clipped away the black thorny vines that twisted around my wounded heart, so it could beat and feel relief from pain. You are the gardener who wakes the plants from the grey, chilly death of winter, so that they can blossom again like my heart, a slow-blooming, blood-red rose." She read the poem back to herself and sighed with satisfaction. Her mood only darkened slightly when she set her journal aside to start on her homework. No, pity. I always thought impaling had a certain dramatic flair. Perhaps something with a little more zing. Electrocution is always an effective option. Did you know that the idea of the electric chair was developed in the 1800s by a dentist named Alfred P. Southwick? He came up with the idea of an electric chair based on his dental chair. That's not exactly comforting to people with dental phobias now, is it? I don't have a chair to strap you into, but I do have the power to shoot a series of strong electrical currents through my body cavity. If the current zaps your heart or brain, you'll die quickly. If it doesn't, you'll have some nasty burns and your heart will go into fibrillation, which will genuinely kill you if you don't have help. And I think we've already established that you don't have anyone here to help you. Help was a word Millie wanted desperately to scream, but she knew it was a waste of energy she needed to conserve if she had any hope of survival. So, what do you think, Cupcake? Electrocution? You'd be shocked at how effective it is. An electrifyingly good time. Another chuckle. Millie had once experienced the shock and plugging a hairdryer from a wall socket in a badly wired hotel room. She had felt the electricity tear painfully up her arm, and for a few moments was as out of breath as if someone had punched her in the stomach. She didn't want to think about how an electric current strong enough to kill her would feel. A good time for you, but not for me, she said.